Jay here for Stretford, Paddock. Manchester United beating dirty Leeds at Elland Road. Who better to speak about that than Mr. Stephen Howson? Steve, was a bit of a frustrating game for a long time, but 3 points is all that matters, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't like. Immediately, Sky switched into United are in a title race now because the second. Well, within about a minute of City kicking off, we're not.
Yeah, it's like that lasted long, eh? That made one of our title challenges under Ollie look long.
And we're third.
Oh yeah, that was good.
So, I think there's a desperation from Sky to call it a title race so they can go, you didn't win your title race that we said you were in, but you really weren't. Yeah. But we're not in one. Now, if we'd have beaten Arsenal and Crystal Palace in the same week, when we didn't, we might have been. Yeah. But we didn't, so we're not. Now, that doesn't mean Arsenal and City can't drop points. They absolutely can. But, as it stands right now, United aren't in a title race. And it's not necessarily even really like how close are we to them in points kind of thing. I think it's looking at the obstacles that lie in front of United and just going, there's no way we're not dropping loads of points between now and the end of the season.
We're in that position, aren't we, in the league where for us to win the title, let's just say this, for us to win the title, you need one of those runs that the Scousers or City have had in the past where they go 17 games winning every one of them. And when you're in a Carabao Cup final, a double-header against Barcelona, you're still in the FA Cup, you've got 4 midfielders out, you've got your striker, your main striker, pretty much out for most of the season, it seems. Every time he comes back, he's injured again. Then you've got to be realistic about it, and it's like, are we going to put one of them runs together? No. But, it's good to see us in the mix, isn't it?
Pick up a trophy and enjoy ourselves a day out at Wembley and maybe even one in Europa, although I'm not sure we're getting past Barca. See what we do in the FA Cup. We're probably comfortably inside the top 4 because Spurs are just determined to not get in there. And I think if we're about as comfortable in top 4 as we are comfortably not winning the league. So, we could fall out and we could win it, but we probably won't. We'll just sit right where we are and probably finish the season in 3rd.
Yeah, and, I mean, I'm not, we're old-school United fans. I'm not going to have a parade because we finished 3rd in the league. But when you look at what went on, the start we had, the changes that we've had to make, the fact you've got a new manager, 3rd and hopefully a trophy, would you have taken that beginning of the season or would you have taken that after the Brentford game, I should ask you?
Absolutely. So I was looking at the BBC's predictions for this season. I think 2 of them had as I was finishing 4th. That was the highest anyone had us out of 23, something like that. So, the vast majority of people did not expect United to finish inside the top 4. And 3rd, forget about 3rd, that was never on the cards. So I think looking at what we've done and what we might do, very, very, very happy with the progress that we're making this season. Very happy with, some of the individual performances. If you told me you saw this coming from Marcus Rashford, I'd have thought he was back on a whiff.
I wish I could have said I saw it coming. I was worried about his future at United going into this season. I said he needed a good spell before Christmas. I said before the January transfer window, he needs to show Eric Ten Hag what he's made of, or he might end up getting moved on. And he's done it and then some. I mean, everything, getting in behind, tap-ins and headers. He's good at headers, Steve. What's going on? How's this happened?
I want to watch Benny McCarthy's sessions with him.
I think that's some elite coaching there. Because give Marcus his credit, obviously, he's the one to score the goals, but it's not a coincidence, is it, that McCarthy's come in and all of a sudden Marcus Rashford is, the best striker ever.
I mean, his overall game's still not quite 10 out of 10. He's not sort of dominating every single game that he plays in at the moment. But the level of productivity out of him, you almost don't care.
No. I think, you've nailed it. I think that this is the thing. We were talking on the watch along, we're saying I thought he was having a bit of a bad game, to be honest with you. Going into the 60th minute, whatever. He's not had a great, he's given the ball away a few times.
Shite.
Yeah, I'm being polite. But then it was you would never in a million years dream of taking him off because he's capable of just producing that goal, and he did. And it was, to be fair, it was a good ball, but it was a great header as well. And I wanted to ask you this, because me and you spoke about him on the Brew on Friday. And, you know, our line was... Sorry, say that again?
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Arnold Schwarzenegger. We spoke about him. And we also mentioned that little Argentinian lad, Alejandro Garnacho, and the fact that you had some plant pots who'd been giving him grief. And me and you were both like, what is that about? I mean, he came on today and he just reminded everyone what he's about, didn't he? And not that we needed reminding, to be honest with you, but a good cameo.
Yeah, that's what he was doing on Wednesday. He was getting at his man. He was trying to have a shot. Oh, he missed, did he? Like, you can't have the difference between he played well and he's terrible, get rid of him, he's never going to make it, the width of a post.
Yeah.
Because realistically, like, he's banged that one in the inside today. I think he might have glanced the post as it's gone in.
Yeah.
And then the one that he missed was about, 4 inches to the left of that one on Wednesday night? Come on, man. That can't be the margins that you're judging a player on. And like deciding whether he's good enough to play for Manchester United or not. What does Garnacho do? Anytime he gets the ball, he just thinks murder. Like, that's all he's trying to do. Just get in there and cause havoc. That's all he's trying to do. He's trying to kill you, like, sportingly. Yes. Like, he's just trying to penetrate the box. He's trying to shoot. He's trying to beat you. Like, it's brilliant. It's ruthless. Like, I can't think of the adjectives I need to say about it, but it's ruthless. It's ruthless. Like, some players piss you off because Sancho does this. They get the ball and they want to stand you. He don't think like that. It, like, when he first burst onto the scene, I was like, Jesus, Andrei Kanchelskis. And for those who didn't see him, that's what Andrei Kanchelskis was. It might not be as quick as Kanchelskis because Jesus Christ was he fast. But all Kanchelskis wanted to do was get past you.
Yeah, that
was it. He wasn't interested in coming inside. He wasn't interested in kind of throw a step over in there. He was like, watch this, see ya. And that was it. And Garnacho's so direct. That's what he reminds me of. And I got all the time in the world for that.
No, I have as well. And he took his goal well. The first 2 touches before he shot was just perfect. And he's just entertaining as well. You love players that are entertaining to watch. And he is, every time he gets the ball, he gets you off the end of his seat. And you want to see that. I wanted to ask you quickly about Sabitzer because he came into the team. I thought he did well against Palace. I thought against Leeds he struggled a little bit at Old Trafford. I think the whole midfield did, to be fair. But today was a much more solid and Sabitzer-like performance, I thought. Fred got player of the match, but it could have gone either way. I thought Sabitzer was in for the shout. What did you make of his performance today?
I wouldn't go bad on it. I think it was like solid.
Yeah.
I would probably call it. Yeah, like dependable. And you need a lot of that, I think. Not everyone can have mega turbo impact all the time. You want people putting in just grafting 6s and 7s and 8s out of 10 performances, just not making many mistakes and being really dependable. And I think Sabitzer's got that about him, and he's tough as well.
He is, isn't he? He didn't mind mixing it up.
Yeah, like going to Elland Road, not for the faint-hearted.
No, it's not. It's not. Just finally, right, it's doing the rounds. I know you're probably a bit bored of talking about it, but we'll ask you. Maguire started today. On paper, it's a clean sheet. It's a win. But it seems to have asked more questions than it's answered. Do you think Eric Ten Hag can still rely on this guy this season or what?
I think their best opportunity came through him, in all honesty. And I take no pleasure in saying that.
No, I know.
But are we denying reality or did it happen? It happened.
Yeah.
And it's his lack of awareness, the clumsiness, the fundamentals. People on YouTube shouldn't be telling Manchester United captain how to defend, but he's always square. He never seems to sort his feet out effectively. I don't think Manchester United, with video analysts and Eric Ten Hag and the ruthlessness that he's shown in his career to date at United, could be even contemplating keeping him around. I think there's better at the club. And I'm not even talking about starters, I'm talking about backup, in all honesty. I think both Shaw and Lindelof have jumped the queue ahead of him in terms of centre-halves. I think he should probably move as quick as he can in the summer while there's still a relative amount of value to him. And he can get to a team where he'll do bits. Like, if he went to Everton under Sean Dyche, he'd probably do all right. And same if he went and played for Moyes at West Ham. he'd probably do all right because it'd be a team where he's not expected to get to the halfway line. He's not expected to play out. He's not expected to try and chase back pacey strikers. He'll be expected to defend the box. And, this isn't, again, we can't deny reality. There are certain attributes that Harry Maguire's got that make him an effective defender. But Manchester United have evolved. And we have evolved past his usefulness. But that's not to say that there's not teams in the Premier League that would still find his certain characteristics extremely effective for what they're trying to do. Unfortunately for Harry Maguire, they're probably not Champions League clubs. They're probably middle to bottom of the table.
No, I agree. I think we'll see him move on in the summer, and it's probably for the best. Steve, thanks as always. What have you been up to? Have a big, not big, solid draw, was it, against Withenshaw for Paddock FC?
Yeah, really happy with that yesterday. It was a really good performance. I think it was the first 0-0 in the club's history.
I love that. Yeah, whenever I talk to you, it's always outrageous scorelines, or whenever I check, it's like, there's a 5-0 or a 6-1 or whatever, or it's like, if you lose, no disrespect, you're getting a bit of a thumping, but when you beat teams, you're thumping them, so it's like, 0-0. What's going on here?
Yeah, it was exactly what I wanted. I wanted a real competitive game. We tested them, they tested us. They tired and probably were hanging on for the last 15, 20 minutes. We just couldn't finish it. But, I took our big striker off, 15, 20 to go. And I had Omar, who's just coming back from surgery. He got some minutes. We had a 16-year-old who's not been with us very long. He got his debut yesterday. So the last 25 minutes, it's a friendly. I've got what I wanted and had a competitive game. Now it's about getting a bit of use for some players and minutes and that for people. So, can you imagine, because I know people do, you imagine people like, I'm not going to make subs, I'm not going to give people minutes because I want to win a friendly. Yeah, it's not about that, is it?
Not about that, is it? No, it isn't. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, go and check out Stretford Paddock FC. When's the commentary up for that? Is the commentary for that one?
Probably be out tomorrow afternoon, I would say.
Tomorrow afternoon. Go and check out Stephen Howson TV for his other review as well. Go and check him out, Vibe for 5. You know where to find him. Don't worry about that. That's been Stephen Howson. I've been Jay Motti, celebrating a good win over dirty Leeds. Thanks for watching.